Hello everyone. Today I'd like to speak to those of us who are still working primarily from their normal place of business or who've been redeployed, so are still going out to work every day. Now, when we focus on self-care, as these videos have been doing, a lot of the attention seems to go to those of us who've had to start working from home. And the reason for that is because they're the ones who are most obviously in a completely different circumstance than they're usually in. And so they tend to grab our attention and we think, those are the ones that we need to focus on. But it's also very true that those of us who are still going into work every day also might find ourselves struggling a bit more than we normally would be. We are also in the midst of a pandemic. And even though a lot of what our day-to-day life might look like can be very similar to what it was before, there's still an awful lot that has changed. One of the challenges in particular that we might be facing is how complicated it can feel to hear ourselves referred to as heroes, to get applauded on a Thursday evening, and yet still go into work day after day where maybe you don't feel like a hero, or you don't feel like you're being taken care of. It can also be incredibly challenging to be coming home from work and seeing people out on the sidewalks, going out for walks, going out for bike rides, and feeling as though the entire world is on holiday whilst you're still having to work very, very hard. We might find that we have partners who are at home, who aren't working, or who are working from home. We may have children at home who we feel that we should be doing more with because they're home, and yet who we have to leave so that we can go to work. We might have others in our household who we need to take care of, or we might be suddenly working alone with our homes empty as we've had to shield ourselves from other people. Whatever our circumstances, I wanted us to take a moment to think about the fact that we are under more stress and more strain than we normally are. And because of that additional stress and strain, we need to be even more vigilant about ensuring that we're taking care of ourselves, that we are seeking out the additional support that we need to keep ourselves healthy and resilient during this very challenging time. It isn't enough to shrug our shoulders and say, most of the day is all the same. It doesn't really matter if I'm not able to go out in the evening. It doesn't really matter if my weekends are quieter than they were before. It does matter. Therefore, I'd like this message to go out to those of you who are still going into work every day as a way to recognize the fact that you are under more stress than you're used to. You do need to take better care of yourself. Please take a look at the information and some of the ideas below for how you can take care of yourself during this time. Please reach out to your colleagues who are also going to be under this additional stress and so can share some of those feelings with you. And I'd also recommend to you that you reach out to your team leaders and your managers. Let them know what parts of your work feel the most like a struggle. Let them know when you're starting to feel like you're not able to recuperate or refresh the same way, and you might need a little bit extra help. So, thank you very much for your hard work. I understand if you do or don't feel like a hero. I understand if you feel very frustrated, or if actually things feel quite the same for you and you don't know what all the fuss is about. Whatever you're going through, I appreciate how hard things have been, and I appreciate the hard work that you've been doing. Please take a look at the information below. Try a few of the ideas out. Let me know what is and what isn't working. I will speak to you again about some other ideas for how to best take care of yourself during this pandemic. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, and I'll speak to you soon.